Shit happens. The first known use of that idiomatic phrase was in 1978, according to the Merriam-Webster website. I'm not sure what they called it before 1978, but I'm pretty sure shit has always been happening. Just looking through history books, you can find situation after situation where shit is indeed happening. Now, while I do tend to make liberal use of the phrase, I've taken to calling those shittier moments in life things I don't prefer. It takes the edge off a bit, and I've come to realize that if you change the way you view things, you'll change the way you do things. Everyone has situations in their life they don't prefer. In fact, I bet most of us, if asked, would prefer not to have those situations we don't prefer entering in the first place. I would venture that the idea of a stress-free, easygoing life sounds pretty good to most people. No bumps in the road, just smooth sailing. But what happens when we're comfortable? When we're not challenged? Well, we tend to want to stay comfortable, right? I mean, who wouldn't? After all, we are just living out Newton's first law of motion, which states that an object at rest remains at rest. And an object in motion remains in motion at a constant speed and in a straight line, unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. After a hard day's work, the couch and Netflix are an unbalanced force, moving us back to the state of non-motion, most commonly referred to as the state of couch potatoism. I mean, your house is clean, the kids are fed, the dog's been walked. Time to sit in your comfy couch in your comfy clothes watching a feel-good movie with your pint of your favorite ice cream. But how long does that last? Well, those of you with kids and dogs know, not too long. Entropy ensues. Entropy is the natural movement from order to chaos. Your clean house doesn't stay clean. Your ice cream melts. You spill on your comfy clothes. Order becomes non-order, and staying in your comfort zone does nothing to improve the situation that is gradually unfurling upon your world. Now, as Newton stated, an object at rest tends to stay at rest unless acted upon by an outside force, stronger than the forces keeping the object at rest or in its comfy zone. The question is, how long can you successfully block out that growing entropy? Enter this little thing we like to call life. Have you noticed that lifes? That while there are moments of rest and relaxation, there's this natural tendency to upset the apple cart. Now, to be fair, you may not identify the fact that you were the one upsetting the apple cart. You might say something like, shit happens. But remember, we are powerful creators, creating through our ability to move energy. For now, let's just say when shit is happening, it's by design to help us along our path. Consider the lesson of the snow globe. You've all seen one from time to time in your life, that idyllic diorama of the city you're visiting, nestled amongst a shelf amongst the collectible tchotchkes in this eye-catching tourist trap, all designed to take you home to remind you of your trip to New York City, or Vienna, or Honolulu. Although it actually doesn't snow in Honolulu, so I'm not sure what that's all about. Well, the earliest known mention of a snow globe-like object comes from the U.S. Commissioner's report on the 1878 Paris Universal Exposition. At the exposition, a local glassware company showcased paperweights of hollow balls filled with water, which is said to have had featured a man with an umbrella. But it was an Austrian man, Edwin Percy, who created what we would identify as a modern snow globe. Percy was attempting to improve operating room lighting, and he realized that a glass globe filled with water acts as a magnifying lens. To increase reflection, Percy put ground semolina in the water, which sank slowly to the bottom. Did zero to improve the light quality, but the effect reminded him of the snowy Australian countryside. So this happy accident inspired him to make the world's first snow globe. Since then, we've refined this kitsch art form, which really took off in the 1950s with the advent of cheaper plastics and the booming tourist industry. When a snow globe sits on a shelf with this adorable miniature scene, it captures our imagination. But is a snow globe doing what a snow globe is designed to do? Of course it's not. It's great to look at and all, but the core function isn't activated until it's disrupted from its stasis by an unbalanced force. You have to shake the shit up. Then, and only then, when it's out of its comfort zone, is it doing what it was created to do. In life, we get sidetracked by our soul journey. We may reach a place where life is good and all is going well. Now, please know there's nothing wrong with this place, but if we take our cues from nature, a plant, well, it's either growing or it's dying. There isn't an in-between. But here's the catch. How can you tell? How do you know that that plant on that table over there is growing or dying? You'd need to study it, watch it, and determine what's transpiring. Well, I've got good news and I got bad news for you. And actually, it's the same news. The universe is doing that for us. Spirit is watching and guiding us all the time. However, Spirit is barred from interfering with our free will. It's the one thing we have through every situation in our experience, the free will to choose our path. Now, most of that choice involves us choosing our response to what's going on. When Spirit cannot interfere with our lives, it can, however, nudge us in a direction that could dramatically change the course we're comfortable traveling along. I call those moments snow globe moments. Now, perhaps it's a voice in your head, one you can feel palpable and strong, urging you to check your mate's phone only to discover that they've been cheating on you. And perhaps your company lays you off after many years of loyal service, and you're forced to do a career change when you were giving them all and you were an extremely loyal employee. Perhaps you enroll in a financial program that's supposed to sort out your things, and the company you choose did nothing on your behalf, and because of their inaction, they destroyed your credit rating and have sent you reeling towards bankruptcy. The disruptions that occur shock us out of our comfort zones. They act as an unbalancing force, shaking up our lives. These moments are a call from Source to adapt and get back in alignment with what we said we were going to do when we came into this incarnation. Back to our soul path, if you will. But let me be very clear, you have the right to say no. Your sovereign ability to exercise your free will doesn't stop because Spirit slaps you in the face. You always have the free will to decide what, when, and how you're going to deal with the disruptions you encounter. Now, snow globe only stays snowing when it's under the influence of an outside force, causing it to remain in a state of chaos. Similarly, your life is only shaken up when the force shaking up your life is unbalanced against your own inner strength and power as a creator. When you are in your power, nothing can shake you up. When you're feeling that you are like the ocean liner streaming across the ocean, now waves may crash upon your bow, causing it to rock a bit, but you carry on, moving ahead, undaunted on your path. When you understand that disruptions are doing this for you, you can change how you view the disruptions, and you're able to awaken yourself to the options you have at your disposal. When you discover the lover was cheating on you, you are free to find a relationship where your partner treats you as an equal. When you get laid off, you're able to locate a job where they are appreciating you and understand your contributions more. When you're entering the financial disaster zone, you're able to reassess your relationship to ego and to money. If you can let the fear that often accompanies these snow globe moments wash over you and not command your life, and remember that the universe is always conspiring for your well-being, you can see these non-preferred moments as opportunities. You can see them as a divine call getting us off our asses and our comfort zones, back onto the path we decided to walk before we came into this incarnation. Look, shit's gonna happen. That is a universal truth. But what you do with that shit and how you choose to let it inform your journey, well, that can change your life.